All right, what we got here today is the 2004 Ford F-150 XLT. It's got a 5.4 liter V8 3-valve Triton engine. It's got 300 horsepower. It's the Super Cab. It's rear-wheel drive with part-time 4-wheel drive. Let's take a closer look. All right, right off the back, I'd like to talk about seating capacity. Now, as with pretty much all trucks, you have three different stages of seating. You have a regular cab, which is your smallest. You got a super cab, which is this, and then you got a crew cab, which is your biggest model. So like I said, this is the super cab. Now, what that means is there's no back handle for this back door. It's called a suicide door. What you do is you open up the front door, and then you got a latch on the inside right here that you pull. And then you got your extra bench in the back before the window and the bed. Meaning, you always got to close the back door first. You can't close this because it won't latch on to anything. So as you can see, very spacious in the front for the front three passengers, a little more cramped in the back. You can fit 6 in this vehicle. The center console can fold up, so you can fit 3 in the front and you can fit 3 in the back. Can. Not quite comfortable for the people in the back, but nonetheless, this truck can fit 6 people. Now another thing I'd like to talk about is the bed. Most guys, when they get a truck, they want to get it for several reasons. One of them being the availability to carry stuff in the back. So what I got here, the length, 6.5 foot bed with the tailgate down. You add an extra 2 feet. So you got 8.5 with the tailgate open, 6.5 with it closed. Also, got a tonneau cover on the top, meaning all I got to do is unlatch it. And you can roll it up. Thus allowing access into whatever you got in the back. You can carry quite a lot of stuff back here. Then just the same way, closes back up. Latch it. Close the tailgate. And there you go. So, bed's very important. Now let's get to how it handles. Alright, first thing I'd like to talk about is just how it feels in here. It feels very nice in here. It feels very luxurious to actually be up in something like this. You got a lot of leg room. I like the dash. I like the display. Everything about it just feels good to be behind the wheel of this thing. It feels very good. So let's kick her over and take her for a run, shall we? And just to feel that power is great. So let's go take her for a run. All right. So yeah, it just feels really good to be in a pickup. Just the power, the intensity, it just all feels great. So we're going to run her through a couple tests, just like we do with every other vehicle we've tested before. First one being the hill climb. That one, the hill climb test, is just going to feel the power, just going to feel how it handles shifting gears up a hill. Not a hard test for a truck whatsoever. This thing is a lot slower than other vehicles we've tested before. It does have a lot of get up and go, does have a lot of power behind it. You can just feel the intensity. However, it weighs upwards of 7,000 pounds, depending on the model you got. But this one, upwards of 7,000 pounds. So yeah, it's quite a beast to drive around. You can just feel the weight. So it's not the quickest thing off the curb, but it'll do just fine on this test, no doubt. So we're gonna run it up a pretty steep hill here, and yeah, just see how she feels. Coming up the steep hill here. We're just gonna see how it does. There we go. This hill's got a good incline. A little slick from last night's rain, but that should be no issue. Oh yeah. Just crawls out of it like a beast. Oh yeah. No issue. We're at the top already. Just hammer down, keep it slow all the way up. No problem whatsoever. That was easy. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, next test, we're going to throw out the beast. We're going to try the suspension test to see how it handles curbs, potholes, merging into water, snow, bumps. This is going to be the suspension test, just see how it rocks back and forth. I don't think it'll be an issue. Let's try it out. So, we're just going to see how it affects me in the cab here. These different bumps and stuff I'm going to throw at it. So let's just try it out. No issue whatsoever. That was not a problem. That was super easy. I love it. The suspension was really tight. Everything about it was just super rigid, super firm. Handled those bumps like a boss. No issue. Alright, so the next test is the off-road / traction test. Now this is probably one of the coolest reasons and one of the top reasons why guys like trucks, is you can go off-roading with them. This truck is 2-wheel drive, rear wheel, as are most trucks to begin with. It's got part-time 4-wheel drive. What I like here is it's just a switch. You don't have to do anything on the floor, just a switch. I like it. So put it into neutral. Click it over to 4 high. Wait till it says 4x4 high on the dash. Put into drive, wait till you can feel that shift, and then you're all set. Now, automatically, I'm on snow right now, I'm about 3 or 4 inches of snow. Automatically, you can just feel the difference. You can feel more of the grab, you can feel more of the traction and the control. So, let's go try it out. Another good thing you're going to want is some pretty solid tires as well, which I got Firestone tires, so we're all set. Firestone all-terrain, so. Go try out a little bit of off-roading, shall we? Alright, so the last test that we're going to throw at it is the steering and maneuverability test. We're in this big parking lot with these cement pillars about every 20 feet or so, 20, 30 feet. And we're just gonna kind of snake around them. So a lot of left, a lot of right, just going around these pillars at a comfortable speed and just see how it handles. Now, suspension's great, the sway bar is great. It does weigh a lot, so it does take a bit to kind of, crank it around these corners, but we're gonna give it a shot and just see how comfortable the ride is. All right, let's do it. All right. Yeah, see, it kind of takes, I'll do a few more up here. It kind of takes a little bit of cranking to get the wheel over. Couple more here. All right. So that was that. Not too bad. I mean, like I said, it is a heavy vehicle. It is a heavy truck. So, I mean, it does take a bit to kind of get around those corners, but not bad. Not bad.
Overall, I'd say
this thing is the king. It fully exceeded at every single test we threw at it. Didn't back down, just stared the challenge straight in the eye and took it just like a champion. This thing is definitely built Ford tough.